Did you share my disappointment at the lack of Misty's appearance on 1000 LB Sisters? Despite having one of the more subdued voices in 1000 LB Sisters, Misty Slayton Wentworth's story shouldn't be disregarded. Misty, the eldest Slayton sibling and the most composed member of the family, provides a sense of equilibrium that the show frequently lacks. She did, however, have little screen time in the most recent seasons, particularly season 7. I think that was a huge error. In addition to being a member of the Slayton family, Misty's path merits notice because she embodies a particular kind of strength. After years of prioritizing her family over herself, her choice to undergo bariatric surgery in season 5 was a significant turning point. In 2023, she and Amanda even underwent consecutive procedures after quitting smoking together in order to be eligible. Fans have been inspired by Misty's remarkable weight loss and post-surgery transformation. However, the show hasn't done much about it beyond a few allusions and glimpses. She is absent from key scenes in season 7, even though her presence may have eased family conflict. Misty requires more screen time if 1000 LB Sisters is to portray the entire experience of this family. Although she doesn't have the loudest voice, there are times when she is just what the show needs. Even though it didn't receive the recognition it merited, Misty Slayton's weight loss journey was one of the most significant changes in 1000 LB Sisters. She and Amanda quit smoking together in season 5, and on the same day in March 2023, she received approval for bariatric surgery. For Misty, who had devoted much of her life to raising her 4 sons and coping with illnesses like diabetes, it was a significant turning point. Following surgery, Misty's metamorphosis was evident, and she no longer required diabetes medication. In her social media photos, she appeared happier and healthier, and Amanda even referred to her as the littlest big sis now. It was the kind of achievement and development that 1000 LB Sisters has always sought to showcase. However, I felt that the show didn't give Misty's development the same attention that it did to Tammy or Amy. Her recuperation received very little care, and there were no sit-downs or follow-ups to discuss how the surgery had affected her life. Misty's voice, which would have given the season a serene, introspective tone, was conspicuously absent. Those who have watched the show from the beginning should be treated to more than just the most dramatic or boisterous stories. Yes, Misty's journey was quieter and slower, but it had no less impact. Furthermore, it is disheartening that the 1000 LB Sisters did not demonstrate it. There have been many emotional highs and lows in season 7 of 1000 LB Sisters, including Amy's legal troubles, Amanda's heartbreak, Tammy's confrontations, and a hectic engagement. Despite all of that turmoil, Misty Slayton hasn't spent much time on screens. Misty has largely avoided the spotlight, with the exception of her appearance in episode 3, when Tammy revealed that she was seeing a lady named Andrea. One of the few times we saw Misty intervene was in that situation, and she supported us calmly. "It don't matter to me," was her succinct but impactful statement. Viewers were reminded of the acceptance, clarity, and emotional stability that Misty provides to the family. She merely wanted Tammy to be happy and didn't question or condemn her. However, Misty's role has diminished after that scene. Her opinions on Amy's engagement to Brian, Tammy's changing behavior, and Amanda's emotional outbursts have not been made public. Misty frequently acted as the quiet support system in earlier seasons, providing composure and logic while emotions were running high. Misty's consistent presence is just what this season needed, in my opinion. While reality TV is frequently noisy, Misty demonstrates that strength, progress, and support don't have to be. She is grounded, considerate, and relatable, someone who contributes without taking center stage. But Amy's tale on 1000 LB Sisters is being confined to side plots this season, and I detest it as much as you do. Because of her limited screen time, viewers would not be aware that Amy Slayton's life underwent significant changes in 1000 LB Sisters Season 7. This season should have been dominated by her imprisonment following a camel bite and her unexpected engagement to Brian Levorn. As other plot lines take center stage, they are instead handled as incidental material. Amy casually reveals in one episode that she was detained after police discovered marijuana in her car after being bitten by a camel while visiting a zoo. Even though it's a serious and chaotic occasion, the program continues without any thought or discussion. Amanda expresses alarm when she later mentions her engagement, but the topic soon turns to other family problems. Amy's feelings for Brian, the beginning of their relationship, and her future aspirations are never fully revealed to us. Fans want to see more of Amy's narrative because, in my opinion, it has genuine depth and heart. However, it seems like her path has been sidelined this season in favor of more dramatic, louder plots. Amy has the opportunity to repair her life, learn how to be a mother, and start over in love in Season 7. Rather, we've just received brief scenes and scan information. In addition to being annoying, it's unfair to Amy and the viewers who have stood by her from the beginning. In Season 7 of 1000 LB Sisters, Amy Slayton's life took two significant turns. She got engaged and was arrested. However, the show handled these events as incidental rather than as a major plot point. Though there was very little background, her engagement to Brian was a major revelation. How did they get together? Why did they get so near so fast? These are fundamental questions that the show failed to address. Even that conversation felt hurried, as Amanda and the rest of the family voiced concerns about the relationship progressing too quickly. No in-depth analysis of Amy's feelings, no family conversation, and no introspection. It simply happened, and the cameras shifted. Then there was the incident at the zoo. Amy was arrested after police discovered marijuana in her car after she called 911 after being bitten by a camel while at a drive-thru. Given that her children were involved, it was an emotional and hectic situation. Once more, however, there was no appropriate follow-up. We never saw Amy's post-event thoughts, how she dealt with it, or what it meant for her future. The program shifted its focus to other characters instead. Both instances, in my opinion, merited immediate action. These are significant turning points in Amy's life, not just little details. By ignoring them, 1000 LB Sisters is losing the opportunity to use Amy's viewpoint to demonstrate genuine development, hardship, and repercussion. That's a huge disappointment for devoted viewers who are interested in her progress. Being a mother to her two young sons, Glenn and Gage, is one of the most significant aspects of Amy Slayton's life. She frequently claims that being a mother altered her priorities and motivated her to prioritize her health. However, she has been marginalized as a mom in 1000 LB Sisters Season 7. She rarely appears with her children, and when she does, it's always in brief, dispersed moments that don't reveal much. There was little attention paid to how her experiences as a parent were impacted, even when she faced stressful circumstances, such as being arrested following the zoo incident. She didn't discuss how she felt about being separated from her children or how she intended to handle the situation moving forward. There is a significant narrative void. This, in my perspective, is a lost chance. Being a mother is a significant aspect of Amy's identity, and she has experienced a lot. In the past, the program placed greater emphasis on her parenting struggles as well as her joys. However, it now seems as though that aspect of her life is either little mentioned or not mentioned at all. The show constantly moving away to other family issues rather than demonstrating how she's juggling motherhood, legal stress, and a new relationship. Amy's growth as a mother and a person, in addition to her weight loss, is well known to fans who have followed her since Season 1. Season 7 need to have expanded on that. It doesn't feel fair to Amy or the audience for 1000 LB Sisters to present us with a partial picture of her life by neglecting her motherhood path. But the relationship between 1000-pound Sisters actress Amanda Halterman and her partner Leonard is dubious, in my opinion. Early in 2025, Amanda Halterman, star of the 1000-pound Sisters, used her Instagram account to introduce her admirers to Leonard Moore, who she now dates. After quitting her 22-year marriage and experiencing a string of heartbreaks, Amanda is currently dating someone fresh. But the equation appears more strange than compatible to me. Leonard is Amanda's manager in addition to being her lover, which is why I think their relationship is peculiar. Leonard is described as follows in the bio of his official Instagram account. Public figure Leonard E. Moore, thought leader, manager of the 1000-pound Sisters, Amanda Halterman, and CEO of City Web Design Pros. It caused me to wonder whether Leonard was using Amanda's name and fame as a tag to grow his fanbase or establish himself, which led me to wonder about his true motivations for seeing her. I have doubts about Leonard's relationship with Amanda, even if he hasn't done anything particularly questionable thus far. The history of failed relationships on 1,000-pound sisters is the primary source of concern. Since Tammy, Amy, and Amanda have all had hectic personal lives and have made snap judgments, it scares me as a viewer when I watch Amanda start dating her manager. Furthermore, it appears to me that Amanda cares more about her relationship with Leonard than he does. Her Instagram feed, where she often shares posts about him, makes it clear. Conversely, Leonard does not. Instead, he uses the site to post self-portraits and inspirational sayings. Amanda took a few years off to heal and focus on her kids after divorcing her husband in 2020, ending their 22-year marriage. Then she started dating again. After that, she met RJ, a man who wasn't on the show. However, Amanda was shown relocating to Florida to be with him in season 6 of 1,000-Pound Sisters. However, after RJ allegedly ghosted Amanda, the relationship ended in grief, and Amanda moved to Kentucky to live with her family. She announced on Instagram that she and Leonard Moore were dating for 3 months at the beginning of 2025. Fans and netizens have differing opinions on the news. Many people were worried about Leonard's intentions, even as others were delighted for her. Leonard's talent manager status worried netizens like me. No other 1,000-Pound Sisters cast member has ever inspired romance with one of their teammates, which makes me doubt their relationship. Despite her apparent happiness, I question whether Amanda was wise to blur the boundaries between her personal and private lives. In his LinkedIn profile, Leonard describes himself as the strategist for Amanda Halterman of 1,000-Pound Sisters. I'm concerned about the ramifications because this is the first time a cast member's personal and professional life have collided. Furthermore, it raises the question of whether Leonard truly feels the same way about Amanda or if he is just using her to further his career in reality TV. It is clear from examining Amanda and Leonard's Instagram profiles that while he views her as his customer, Amanda views him as a collaborator. Leonard has never released a picture of himself with him, but Amanda did, discussing their relationship and her affections for him. He mostly uses his Facebook to advertise his company, frequently featuring Amanda as the featured image. He captioned a post from March 25th saying, "Self-care is a strategy, not selfishness. Amanda and I are having a well-earned pampering day. Leonard Moore is a thought leader and public figure. Balance is necessary for boss moves." Although the piece was primarily about his repositioning himself as a public figure and motivational speaker, he included the 1,000-Pound Sisters alums video. Additionally, Leonard has tagged Amanda in posts that don't contain any information about the TLC singer. These actions cause me to wonder about his motivations and whether he is using Amanda to further his own agenda. Amanda, on the other hand, has consistently used romantic language while addressing Leonard in her articles. She captioned a photo from April 30th with the words, "Thank you for everything, Leonard Moore. I am so grateful for my life and the places we always find ourselves. The privilege of holding your hand through every storm life throws at us is something I will always be thankful for. We can weather anything together. Leonard Moore." I question whether Amanda is more committed to the relationship than Leonard is based on the divergent ways they talk about each other. Because it's unclear where the two stand or whether their affection is genuine, these murky dynamics have made me doubt their connection. But I hope Amanda finds a partner who is the right fit for her and finds peace in her personal life. Greetings and welcome to my channel, dear viewers. I hope you're having a great day. I'm Mina. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the video.